Hi there, today I'm gonna show you how to make this nice line animation in Webflow using just a little bit of CSS and interactions. Let's get started. First, we're gonna create a div block. Let's call it container, give it a height, set the layout to be a flexbox, and inside it create another div block. Let's call this box component. Let's set the layout to flexbox and the position to be relative. Inside it, we're gonna create another one. This time we're gonna call it box exterior. And okay, so let's make the layout of flexbox. And inside it, let's create another one called box interior. So for the box interior, let's give it a height and a width. Let's style it a little bit. I'm going to create a nice transparent border like this. Give it a radius. Same for the box exterior. Let's give it a radius of 1 rem. And for box interior, let's give it a background color, just like this. So for the next step is to create a div block inside the box component. I'm gonna call this gradient line. We're gonna set the position to be absolute. We're gonna give it a radius of 1 rem. And the next step will be to add the actual gradient. To do this, we will need to add a conic gradient, which is not natively supported in Webflow. So we have to go to this site called color gradient.dev and generate just a little bit of CSS for that gradient. You can adjust the colors however you see fit. I'm just creating mine really fast. You can play with the colors however you like. Then we're gonna copy the CSS generated code at the bottom and paste it in Webflow by creating an embed element. And now we should have our conic gradient inside the Webflow. The next step will be to give a little bit of padding to the box exterior. Let's set it to 1 pixel, see how it looks. And then the gradient, let's set the index to -1. And now we should have our line. And let's give it margins to the gradient line of -100%, just to make sure it will cover the entire screen, because when it will rotate we don't want to have the gradient cut out. So that's why we have to do this. And now let's set the box component overflow to hidden, and we'll have our line. The next step will be to add some interactions. Let's go to the interaction tab. Let's set it when the scroll is into view. This is something really easy to do. We're gonna set the rotation, the initial rotation to 0, the duration to 0, Let's duplicate it, change it to 360 degree. Let's duplicate this one and set back the rotation to 0. And for this, for the second rotation, let's create a duration of 5 seconds. Let's give it a loop and see how it looks. Okay, so we have some issues with the box component. I think we have to give it the border to 1 rem. Let's see now. So now it should work just fine. Let's test it on other devices. So we have it. It's responsive and works great. If you find this helpful, share it, give it a like, and follow me for more.